power class. Since you're brand new to Spotted Dog, perfect timing. We have our great price on our annual passes right now. Our smaller passes never go out, like if you get a 30-day pass or something like that. So 30 class pass. So let's begin in child's pose. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. One more inhale. Clear that out. Press your hands down. Press the top of your feet down. And then walk your hands out toward the front of your mat with your pinkies coming to the sides of the mat. So you're going to lift your elbows off the mat and press down, integrate your entire arm, your shoulders, feel the lengthening of your back. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up. Step to the front of the mat and hang in ragdoll. Bring the edges of your feet together and slowly rise all the way up to extended mountain pose. Hands to heart center. 3 ohms. Inhale. Extended mountain pose. Fold forward. Halfway lift. So straighten your spine. Bring your hands to your shins. Nice. Chaturanga. Step back into high plank. Low plank. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. So come to a high plank and then lower down all the way to your mat. And then lift up to an upward facing dog. And lower back down. And lift up to a cobra. Bring your hands at your hips and keep your arms tucked in, yeah, instead of straightened, yeah. Nice. And then come back to sit on your mat for just a second. We're just going to take care of a little low back because I don't want any of you to get hurt in this class. Okay, and I don't have a mat. So when you come up to upward facing dog, this is what we want. We want everything off the floor except the top of our toes, top of our feet, and our hands. So your thighs are lifted. This is what we don't want. Can you see how the weight would be just dumping into my lower back? So if for whatever reason your upper body is not strong enough to lift you completely off your mat, come into Cobra. And with Cobra, you just lift your chest. Your hands are TP'd at your chest, and then your belly is safe and your back is safe. Okay? So consider Cobra until you're strong enough for upward facing dog. And they're interchangeable as you go through your practice. Maybe the first chaturanga is you feel strong and you're like, I could do upward dog today. And then as the practice goes, you get a little tired. You feel yourself slumping into your lower back. Come back down to Cobra and take care of yourself, okay? It's why I cue both of them, all right? So yeah, let's come to downward facing dog. And I don't normally stop the class like that, but I saw a lot of backs that might be walking out of here a little sore, and I don't want that to happen. So take a breath in. Exhale it out. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Extend in mountain pose. Forward fold. Pull all the way in. Halfway left, straight back. Nice long spine. There you go. Chaturanga. High plank, low plank, upward dog or Cobra, downward facing dog. Beautiful. One more sun A. Take a breath in. Exhale. Step to the top. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Extended mountain pose. Rise up, lift up, look up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward dog or Cobra. Downward facing dog. Sun salutation B. Take a breath in. Empty out. Step to the top. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Chair pose. Drop your hips. Right, raise your chest. Drop your shoulders away from your ears and pull your shoulder blades in toward your spine, expanding your chest and upper back. Nice. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. High plank. Low plank. Upward dog or Cobra. Downward facing dog. Step forward with your right leg, warrior one. Chaturanga. Upward dog or Cobra. Downward facing dog. Left leg, warrior one. Create the lunge in your front leg. Drop the back edge of your back foot down to integrate your entire leg. Yeah. Pull the pit of your belly in toward your spine. And now everyone spark your fingers. Get your hands active. Yeah, you can feel that all the way down your arms to your shoulders when you do that. Chaturanga, high plank, low plank, upward dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Recreate your foundation, press your hands down, press your feet down, lift your hips up. Take a breath in, empty out, step to the top, halfway lift, fold forward, chair pose, drop down, lift up with an inhale, fold forward with an exhale, halfway lift with an inhale, chaturanga, step back with an exhale, upward dog, inhale, downward dog, exhale, right leg, warrior one, step forward, inhale, lift up, chaturanga, exhale, upward dog or cobra, inhale, downward dog, exhale, left leg forward, step forward, inhale, chaturanga, exhale, upward facing dog, inhale, downward facing dog, exhale. Raise your right leg to the back wall. Bend your knees and stack your hips open. So open your hips up toward the yellow wall. Flip dog if you want to come all the way over. Yeah, nice, absolutely. And whatever is touching the ground, press down. Side plank, left arm up. Bring your feet together at the edge of your mat. Lift up. Come back to a high plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Nice. Flip dog. Left leg or your three-legged dog. So left leg up, then bend your knees toward your glutes and open your hips. Beautiful. Side plank, right arm up. Send your gaze up. Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale that out. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Chair pose. We're going to hold this chair. Press down with the heel of your feet. Lift your 10 toes up. Your weight will rock back just a little bit. Align your shoulders with your hips so you're not crunched over. Nice straight back. Yeah. Sit in that chair. Fingers to toes pose. So release your chair, separate your feet, hips width apart. And then bring your peace fingers around your big toes, and you're going to pull your own body weight toward your chest. So pull your elbows out as you bring your chest. Oh, I said that wrong. No wonder you were confused. I said, you're right now, but I said you're going to pull your body weight to your chest. You're going to pull your chest to your thighs. Beautiful. Come back to chair. Outside of it, edges of your feet together. And then rise up, drop your shoulders away. Lengthen your side body. Yeah. And fold forward. This time, bring the palms of your feet under your hands and bend your knees as much as you have to. Get your palms under there. So palms to toes pose. And again, separate your elbows apart as you bring your chest to your thighs. And breathe here for a few minutes. Send your breath to wherever you're feeling this sensation. You might feel it as a hamstring stretch. You might feel it as lower back expanding. Crow pose or yogi squat. So crow pose, yeah, bring your hands to your mat and lift your knees to your triceps. You can just lift one foot, lift another foot. Nice. Chaturanga. Yeah. Upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Settle your breath here. In through your nose, out through your nose. It's not forced, it's not fancy, it's just controlled by you. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Rise up, extended mountain pose, lift up. Eagle on the right side. So your right leg over, your right arm under. You can always just hug yourself on your shoulders if the arms are a struggle. Eagle on the left. Pull everything in toward your center line. So hug your legs together. Pull your belly toward your spine. And from your center line, press down as you expand up. And release. Standing leg raise, right leg. Your right knee comes up. And then we're going to open it to the side as we send our gaze to the opposite side. Come back to center, keep your foot up, and then push back into airplane. So you're gonna push your right heel back and your arms down. Palms facing the ground. Yeah. Push against me as you lift your chest. Yeah. And release. Mountain pose. Hands down by your sides. Standing leg raise, left leg. Come back to center. Beautiful. Push back into airplane. And then send your gaze just a little up. It doesn't have to be completely up, but even just to the baseboards, and you'll realize your chest is going to come up with it. Yeah. And release, mountain pose. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Extended mountain pose. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, high plank. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Oops. Come to a high plank. Lower all the way to the mat. And then when you get there, lift up into locust. So your hands are going to be along your side again, palms toward the ground. Nice. And really press your palms down as if I was pushing back. Integrate your shoulders, pull in toward your center. Yeah. And then lower down. And then rise back up into locust. And send your heels to the back wall. So you're going to flex your feet. Yeah, nice. And that activates your entire leg. Send your gaze at least to my baseboards. Yes. And lower down. Rise up to upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Drop your knees to the mat, camel pose. So you're going to create a slight back bend, rise up. Your hands can be at your lower back. You can reach for the heels behind you. You can drop your neck back or not. Some people aren't comfortable with that. Yeah. You don't have to reach your heels. You can reach your thighs. It's whatever your back bend is allowing you today. Come back to all fours. And we're going to take 3 cat-cows. So drop your chin toward your chest. And on an inhale, lift your chin, lift your gaze, drop your belly into a cow. And on an exhale, pull everything back in, arch your back. Take 2 more of those. Inhale, lift up, moo. Exhale, coming into cat. Inhale, drop down, lift up. Exhale, pull in. Come into bridge pose. So you're going to step through and come to sit on your mat. Bring both your feet to the mat and lift your hips up. bridge pose. Lower your hips back down to the mat. And we're going to do 4 more of these. And you can come into bridge and you can come into wheel. If you have wheel in your practice, your hands will be behind your shoulders and you'll lift up completely. Bridge is perfect as well. Okay. 4 chances. All right. So take a breath in, exhale it out, and then rise up, bridge or wheel. Press down with your feet. And lower down. And rise back up. Number 2 of 4. Press down with your feet as you rise your hips up. And lower down. We have 2 more. Rise up. And lower down. And last one, bridge or wheel, rise up. Pull the pit of your belly in toward your spine. Press your feet down. Press your arms down. And send your gaze up. And accept that you have accepted your body as it is today. That is what yoga is all about. I have such respect for that. And lower back down. Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just check in. Recognize, although we're not done with the work, recognize the work your body has already done. Whatever sensation, whatever heat, whatever buzz you feel in your body, that is your work. Happy baby. Grab the So let go of your feet and send both your feet toward the ceiling, toes toward your shins, so you look like you're stepping on the ceiling. And we're going to do 60-30 raising of our legs. Okay, so take a breath in. On an exhale, lower both legs 30 degrees and hold it. Take a breath in. Lower another 30 and hold it. On your inhale, come all the way back to the top. On your exhale, lower 30. Inhale. Exhale, lower 30. Rise all the way back up. We're going to do one more. Inhale. Exhale, lower 30. Exhale, lower 30. Listen to this. Exhale, lower to hover 1 inch off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Rock up to boat pose. Strong hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. Cross your ankles. Shoot back to chaturanga, high plank. Last chaturanga, I think. Low plank. Upward dog. Downward dog. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Step your right foot to your left, hand set up for half pigeon on the right. Desiree, I love that you're actually listening to me because I said that one backwards again. And she's trying to figure out what I said. And I'm like, what is the problem? And I said, oh, right hand to left foot. That's so. No, and I said hand and foot instead of foot and hand. So thank you for listening and thank you for not paying attention to me. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, half pigeon on the right. So sometimes we'll think maybe this is a good time to let go of our Ujjayi breath, that strong, powerful breath that you've been controlling throughout the practice. And it's not really the time to let go of it. It's a great time to bring your attention back to your breath. Lengthen each exhale. And intentionally send your breath to where in your body you can create some opening or some ease with it. Switch sides, half pigeon with your left leg forward. Double pigeon with your right leg on top. Switch legs. Left leg on top. Frog pose. So you can face the yellow wall, use your entire mat. Nice. Yeah. Beautiful. Take 3 more breaths here. Slowly bring yourself out of the pose and come to lie all the way on your back. Lift up into fish pose. So put your forearms on your mat and just lift your back. We just came out of a couple of forward folds. We'll just open that back up a little bit. Take a breath in and open your mouth and let it go. Come back to lie down on your back. Pull both knees into your chest. Extend your left leg back out on the mat and cross your body with your right knee for supine twist. Come back to center. Give yourself another hug with both knees in. And then switch legs. Extend your right leg out, cross your body, your left leg. Come back to center. And this time, bring your feet to Supta Konasana again. Soles of your feet together. Butterfly pose. Extend both your arms long behind you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Shavasana. Extend both legs out. Drop your hands to your side. Whew. Let go of whatever control you have left over your breath, over your muscular effort, Get heavy on your mat. Just let your muscles melt away from your bones. Final rest. Stay here on your mat. Just enjoy the feels you've created. Slowly begin to move your fingers and your toes, bringing some movement back to your body. And then come to lie in fetal position on either side, so left or right, just for this last minute. We end all our practices in this position, just as a reminder that from moment to moment, we can be reborn, we can recreate ourselves, we can be whoever we want to be just by the decision we make in the next moment. It's also a wonderful pose to credit yourself for making this decision. Give yourself credit for coming today, for deciding that you were important enough to take care of and doing something about it. Come to sit at the top of your mat, eyes closed, hands at heart center. And we'll close with 3 ohms. Inhale. Om. 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 Thumbs to the middle of your forehead. Together we say, Namaste. Okay, thank you. My pleasure. Thank you for coming.